people, and that's the problem with the internet too, right? Or life, that people, the way people mean things versus the way things are perceived becomes a big issue on the internet and on life. And I think that there have been a lot of issues with people misreading. Look at the freaking text messages, right? I mean, it's crazy how those, like, how things can be misread so easily. But so I don't know.
We're not talking about Representative Weiner, right?
What?
That wasn't exactly able to be misread.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying you were being misread. What?
No,
Representative Stenger or Weiner, whatever it's.
No, it was one.
Did you say Anthony Weiner? Is that I missed that?
Yes, that's who I brought up.
Oh, Anthony Weiner. Oh, I think that Anthony. I don't think Anthony Weiner was. I don't know the whole story, but proof. I mean, there was proof, but I really think any politician. You know, I don't think that I don't know the whole story, but I don't think Anthony Weiner was doing anything with these women that he wasn't necessarily forcing them to do it. I don't think that.
Yeah, but the reality is he should have known
Well, there's
better
a
to
more.
do that stuff.
Well, there's a moral high ground, sure, but you know, we
Well, no,
expect
I'm not talking
more.
about. I'm not talking about morals. I'm just talking about that stuff possibly leaking out. Like you
Right.
got to be careful if you're
Well,
a
it's about
major public
power,
figure.
you know,
You got to
well,
be careful with that type of stuff.
Yeah, but like, look at all the major even the presidents, JFK, Clinton, whoever, they've had issues, right? So, do you listen? JFK and Clinton are like two of the like most. I mean, some people feel weird about Clinton, some people, but they're two pretty famous of the popular presidents. So, and they both had those issues. So, I mean, how do you feel? How do you feel about?
It wasn't about what he was doing. It was the fact that he did so in such a public forum. I don't.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Like, if someone wants to do that stuff, go for it. But if they're like, you just got to be careful with how you do stuff. That just, Like, you can't be posting stuff like that and expect no one to see it, or expect it not to accidentally leak out.
Well, the thing that I think is weird is that, like, it's one thing for you to do that, but I mean, once you're a busy person, and I would think that he's busy, but maybe not. He has a staff. But it's
Not now.
Not now, but you know what I mean. He did. But the amount of, like, it's one thing to, like, you talk to one girl or two girls or three, but I don't know. Once you start talking to 8 or 10, how do you, like it just seems to me like it's an impossibility, and you're gonna screw
like
up
with
anyway.
The Tiger Woods,
right?
The whole Tiger Woods controversy.
It's like
he talked
it became
with
like
all these
baseball
women.
cards. How many can I collect without and manage them? You know,
Right, like when you're with that many women, how do you expect one of them not to open their mouth and say something, you know?
Right, it just becomes like mismanagement. It's like, how can I spend all my time, how can I handle G+, Facebook, Twitter, and all these other websites? One website alone takes so much freaking time to do it right. So back to the circle sharing. Has anybody actually shared a circle besides me? I don't know if you guys... No? Anyone?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Joe
did.
Cool.
I did a web design and graphic professionals, like web development and graphic professional circle, and kind of spread that around. Picked up the one that Blaine was spreading around. That was like 160 people. So I'm kind of surprised that I didn't get like banned from Google in like one day, because I think I added like 300 people in like a span of 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think that they're doing that. I think it's there's the bug that goes around with the Gmail contacts, which I get. If you have too many Gmail contacts, your circles go into your Gmail contacts, and then you have to go in and delete Gmail contacts you don't need to keep adding people to circle, which is kind of annoying that they didn't really talk about it that much. There's not really a way for them. Right. They should have made a video that said, hey, guess what? You're in Gmail. Your Gmail contacts and your circles on G+ are related. And as you add people, they go into your Gmail contacts. And this is like interconnected. And they never talked about that part of it. It's kind of one of those kind of quiet things that people are supposed to pick up on. And that created the error. And I think that that's going to get worse because people are going to keep adding people to circles, and they're going to get these bugs and these issues and want to know how to fix it. So, and the other thing too is in contacts. I don't know if you guys have been to your Gmail contacts list lately, but it's hard to figure out who like when you have thousands of contacts, like you might have circles. You know, that's usually where you get the bug. It's like, well, I don't really know if this person's in my circle or they're just in my contacts. There's no way to know unless you click on their name and it says like Google profile. You know.
But that's weird because I have my phone set to sync all my Google information.
Yeah.
And I've added only one contact since yesterday, which was a manual add, me adding it in the phone. And it still says that I have 704. So now if I've circled almost 300 people, wouldn't those things be in here?
Yeah, my circles haven't integrated with my contacts on my phone.
They have been.
They have.
Mike said they have, right? Yes, that's an
No,
affirmative.
they haven't.
Oh,
My
no?
circles haven't integrated with my contacts.
Well, then maybe I thought
That's
that
a
was the
good
way it was
thing, though.
supposed to work.
I don't need those people added until I've formed a real relationship with them anyway.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe all it does is the number of Gmail contacts and the number of circles make one full number. Maybe that's the thing, though.
Or maybe you broke something.
Hey, so Aaron, do you want to talk a little bit about the kind of art that you specifically do while we have you here?
Oh, certainly. Well, I mean, I do a lot of different kinds of art. I'm a illustrator. That's what my degree's in, but I self-taught graphic design, worked at a print shop, so pretty much I can do a whole slew of things. The posters and stuff just came out of the fact that I hated what was going on with this war between Google and Facebook and Twitter. And then it just kind of took off from there, and I love clean, simple design. So that's what was the impetus to do the first 3 posters, and then from there it just kind of exploded. But yeah, I can do everything from, like, I just did a zombie poster, which is hand-drawn. A lot of my other stuff is digital. So I kind of can run the gamut, depending on what the job is.
So you are into doing comic books, too?
Oh, yeah, yes. I've self-published a few issues of a comic book, but as you know, being a filmmaker,
Yeah.
expenses add up. So printing added up, and it's tough to collaborate with somebody. But I do have real, live, printed comics in my apartment someplace.
That's cool. So you've collaborated with writers, or you've written yourself?
Yes. Yeah, I collaborate with writers.
Can you talk a little bit about that collaboration? Because I've tried to do that as a writer filmmaker, and it's tough. Can you talk about like meeting someone, even online or whatever, and trying to collaborate with them and making it work so you don't just waste each
Sure.
other's time? Does that happen?
I can give you both examples. I can give you a real-life example and an online example.
right.
The first one is a real-life one. The guy I did the comic book with, I met him 20 years ago. We both worked at the local amusement park, and he was a writer/artist, and I was looking for a writer. So he started writing, and we worked together for like 18 years, up until a couple of years ago when we both kind of parted ways because his life took over as far as getting a house and a kid and all that stuff, and it was tough. It's got its ups and downs, even when it's, you know, you're both in the same space. I got off some gig I did with somebody, a good friend of mine. I'd known her for like 8 years. She wanted an artist for her webcomic, and I took over that duty, and she wrote it. That's even worse because you have to, you know, I can't just get in my car and go over my buddy's house and we can sit down and brainstorm. You know, this is somebody who's across the United States, and if you need to get a hold of them, you can't always do that. You know, it's tough, and if you have a misunderstanding, a lot more misunderstandings happen online than they do in real life.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, when you're dealing with a writer, you give them the content, they've got something in their mind because they're writing it for you, but as the creator and the artist, you've got a different thing in your head, you know. So especially for a filmmaker, I can imagine that's got to be tough when you got somebody shooting it or somebody writing it. You know, they envision scenes differently or what the characters would do.
I mean, it's a lot more work. It's a lot more work to have to write it and edit and shoot it and all, and even if you act in it and all that stuff, it's tough. Although it does give you a little sense of control, but there's like a fine line. But yeah, I know what you're saying, because I'm interested in writing, you know, and I would do comics, I would do just get more experience, and it sounds like a cool thing to do something like that, and I tried talking to some people about that. But what, I mean, if you, for instance, if you're not writing, let's say someone gives you the script, you still have to sit there and actually artistically put in the words and the text along with the pictures, right? Which makes your job even harder.
Yes, and I had a very wordy writer for the comic book.
Right. What is that? What was that?
I
Where
need
did
that
it
music
come
to
from?
play every time I get
Nice.
a dog, please.
Nice. That was nice.
Nice, Bobby Joe.
Nice. Yeah, we should probably wrap up. We're already at 26 minutes, our longest Conversations Plus, and only our second Conversations Plus. But if anyone has last thoughts, last questions for Mike before we wrap this up, and then when we're done with it, we can hang out normally, and we'll see if we can jam pack.
We can hang out normally. And,
Hey, I like to hear myself repeated back to me.
We can hang out normally. And, yeah.
Oops.
Mike.
Well, do it live.
I
Screw it,
blame
we'll do
you.
it live.
Screw you guys, I'm going live. Live from New York, Ohio, Minnesota, wherever Aaron, Heather, and Michael are from, it's Conversations Plus Plus Plus. It was cool having you all here, and Conversations Plus hopefully will be up at some point. We'll get it up. It was good to have you, Mike. It was good to have you as a guest. You were a great guest, except for killing the Muppets. I feel bad about that. Sorry, Jim.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta live. You gotta have a. Some people Some people use their mouth. Some people use their face. Some people use hats to have a persona. So. That's
yeah,
cool.
I'm too big to make a bodysuit.
I will be doing a comic book with Aaron Wood about Mike Stenger and his Muppet killing and his comic and his Muppet suit. That is coming to you. That will be coming to you shortly if I can work something out with Aaron and not make
Fall,
it go to
it'll be coming out
stuff.
fall 2012.
Fall 2020. Yeah. All right.
In
cool.
all major retailers.
So if everyone wants to say goodbye, I'll start with you, Aaron. Good talking to you. Thank you for your insight about the writers and the comic book, and we look forward to having you on a show. Maybe probably might not be till November or December, but based
That's
on
fine.
the list, cool. Thank
Awesome.
you. Hey Heather, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your insight on the bathroom behind you. I enjoyed that so much. And you didn't represent all women, but you did a good job of representing yourself. Very good. And Michael, thank you for coming. Till next time, Matthew Rappaport, Bobby Joe Woods, Mike J. Stenger. The J stands for Jerome. And all right, Conversations Plus. Next week we'll be joined with smartly dressed Peter McDermott, and maybe his girlfriend will pop in, and we'll get an Elmo impression. Till next time, Matthew Rappaport, Bobby Joe Woods, Michael J. Stenger, Michael Nast, Heather S. We'll go with Heather S. Aaron Wood was here, and a bunch of other people. See you later. Go share some circles. Do it. Go share your hot, smart, intelligent men circle. I know you have one. All right, later, guys.